I like little Miley Cyrus because she's a tiny little pocket diva with a big mouth. And I find that very appealing. I don't know what it is in me that sees in her something I'd like to be. So people have been sampling, she has a single out, I can buy myself flowers. That's a terrible imitation of her, but and there's all kinds of comedy being done to the I can buy myself flowers theme. And I'm cracking up at the comedians, making light of it. But why don't we? Some of us do. Oh, I treat myself to flowers because I like fresh flowers. And others of us are like, it's $8 for a rotisserie chicken these days, so no. And then there was the single rose. I was at the Stop and Shop, and there's a single rose, must have broken off a bouquet. And it's on the floor by the flower section. Of course, I'm not going to leave it because it's a terrible waste of a perfectly good little rose. And the freaking robot. They have the helper robots going around mopping up spill. They don't even mop up the spill. They detect the spill. And they have the googly eyes. I always yell at the thing because I know somebody must be monitoring it, so I want to make them laugh. Like, I got my eye on you, Marty. But the robot rolled over the freaking flower. It didn't crush it. Like, it rolled over the stem, so I was able to save it. But I yelled at the robot. Like, that was a perfectly good flower, Marty. I could buy myself flowers. So I took it, and then I went, I had to stop by my mom's, and she's right across the street from my church. We have a beautiful statue of the Blessed Mother, and I gave it to her. She has a little Christmas tree potted next to her. So I put the rose in there. I gave it to the Blessed Mother. I'll buy her flowers. But yeah, so, okay, if you do, I think that's a beautiful, buy yourself flowers, buy yourself chocolates, treat yourself to nice things. But we don't buy ourselves flowers. So many people don't buy themselves flowers. Why? Because we want someone else to give the flowers to us. Why? Because we think that somebody else believing and expressing that we are worth how much are flowers these days? They start at like 15, at least, if not more. Everything's more expensive. So somebody else telling us that we were worth the money, worth the thought, worth the time. You thought I was worth the flowers. Thank you for the flowers. I treasure the flowers. Instagram, look at the flowers. Somebody thought I was worth flowers. Now, I'm not making fun. If you're part of a couple, it is adorable, and I feel good, and post your flowers. But what I'm pointing out is oftentimes we won't do these loving, affectionate, thoughtful things for ourselves because it's only meaningful when someone else does it. Because we're looking for another person outside of ourselves to fill in that blank spot in our hearts and our souls. Because that hole was dug so deep and it's so empty from our messed up childhood that we look over and over again for things outside of ourselves to try to repair it. And you cannot use another person as human spackle. Your relationship will be dysfunctional and it will never be enough. They could buy you flowers 3 times a day and it won't be enough. Oh, what? You couldn't buy it a 4th? Watch the patterns. Watch the patterns in your relationships, other people's relationships. This is just true. If we're looking outside of ourselves to someone else's attention, affection, thoughtfulness, gift, whatever our love language is, calling us multiple times per day just to check in, it'll never be enough. They'll have to up the game constantly. Oh, you didn't check in after dinner? What were you doing? Did you meet someone at the gym? Same thing with the flowers. I could buy myself flowers. So buy yourself flowers. Oh, you won't? Right, because they're not as meaningful if they're from you. Then you feel pathetic, like, oh, I had to buy myself flowers. How come it's cute when little Miley does it? She's gonna buy herself flowers. It's cute for her, but for us it seems, oh, I don't know, I feel a little desperate and sad buying myself flowers with my frozen meal for one. Look, if we don't think we're worth the little gift, it doesn't have to be flowers, but if you like flowers, get flowers. If we don't think we're worth the time, the thoughtfulness, the extra couple bucks, no one else will, because we will be projecting that dysfunctional neediness. And either people will run from us because they don't want to be devoured by how needy we are, or they'll use our neediness to exploit us. They'll give us intermittent satisfaction. They'll buy the flowers one week, and then on your birthday, nothing. It's like, oh, well, I remember that day you were so thoughtful, and for no reason you saw the blue flowers and you thought of me. But then on my birthday you didn't. I don't get it. You're being groomed, dear. You're being love bombed. That's what that is. And they give you intermittent, inconsistent, hot again, cold again, which is very addictive, by the way, because it makes that dopamine hit of getting the once in a while attention and affection seem all the more potent. What's my recommendation? Find a healthy thing to do for yourself. Be careful of that neediness. People will exploit it. And you'll also never be full. It's like trying to fill the Grand Canyon with frozen peas, one pea at a time. There will never be enough peas to fill the Grand Canyon. It's just throw it in, not even a dent is made. Some tarantula will be annoyed with you. A snake will be like, all right, I guess it's a frozen pea kind of day. It's raining peas. If you're a whole person first, you're not looking for someone else to make you whole. Oh, they're my better half. We fit together. We're like halves. We're the two hearts with the halves. No, you're not. Grow up. Be a whole person on your own. And then you'll find a whole person because you'll attract a whole person. And you'll complement each other's lives. You won't have this dysfunctional, lopsided neediness. I learned that the hard way at 58. And now I'm just kind of busy. I don't want a relationship. I have wonderful friends. What do I need with a boyfriend? For what? I can buy myself flowers. I can go to the movies on my own. Plus, I also have friends who like to go to the movies. So, yeah, I'm good. I choose to be single. I'm good. I have my cats. I have my hobbies. I have my jobs. And I'm doing this every day because I said I would. And I believe telling my stories just might help people. So, drop me a like. Drop me a comment, even if it's a heart. Share this with somebody who might benefit from this message, and I'll see you tomorrow with another video because I said I would. Be well.